In this video, I'm going to show you how to write a command within the command bar to delete multiple records. So take for example, if you want to delete a record, what you're going to do, you're going to select an item and then you can make use of by default delete button. Or if you want to have more control over the delete action, then you can create a custom button which will allow you to delete that item, which I have already demonstrated in my previous videos. Now, just to show you an example, if I select this item and if I click on delete mineral, what it will do, it will delete that record. It will show you a notification and then it will refresh the screen. So if I click on delete mineral, it is showing me the notification and it has refreshed the screen as well. If I select this item again, and if I use the out of the box delete action, will click on delete, it will just show me the pop-up. This is the out of the box delete functionality, and then it will delete that record, right? So this is how the delete functionality is like currently configured. Now, the use case is basically if I select multiple records, then I want a custom delete button and not use the out of the box delete function to delete multiple record. So that's the goal for today. So what we're going to do is first is create some copy of this record. Okay, so I want to create a copy of this gold record. So I've already created a command which is copy mineral. I'll just select this, I'll select copy mineral, and then it will create multiple copy of the record. It's just that we want this item to be deleted for our action. Okay, so in order to do that, what we will do, we will go into the application. So my application is Ask Resources, which is connected to a mineral table. It's a model driven app. And you click over here, click on edit. And then once you're in edit mode, you will be in this page, mineral views. I'll select here, edit command bar. This is a grid command. And then this is that interface. Okay. Now we need to create a button. So that button name, we may need to select the button name. So let me just click on new and click on new command. Okay, so if I click on new command, then I will be creating a new command over here, and then I will call this as delete multiple. And from an icon perspective, I can use an icon, I can use delete, let me use this delete bulk, and I can even use emoji as well. So I can use this, say, cancel. Okay, so I'm using this delete multiple emoji. So this is the button which we have created. Now what we want is like this button should be visible only if more than one item is selected, because for one item we already have this delete button out of the box and the custom button which we have created. But what I want is that button to be visible when more than one item is selected. So for that, it's a simple thing. What we will do, we will go at visibility, show on condition from formula. In visible, I'll say count rows. So count rows of self dot selected dot all items. If it's greater than 1, and if that condition is true, then only show that button. So this is a simple visibility formula which we have put. Open formula bar, and then you will see that count rows of self dot selected or all item is greater than 1. So if it is greater than one or more item, more than one item is selected, then only show this button. Okay, so the logic, the core logic, action, open formula bar, and from here we need to write that logic. Okay, so the logic to remove an item, the first item to remove is you use a command called as a remove, right? And you just say remove the item. Okay, now just to show you what we have written in the command. So when you want to delete one record, okay, a simple record within the environment, if I click on delete over here, you can see that this is out of the box delete functionality which uses JavaScript. But we have created a custom delete, one item delete. We have used something called as this formula, remove minerals of self.selected.item. So one item is selected, you just remove it. But the goal for us is to make use of multiple items. Okay, so for this, what we will do here, we will make use of command called as remove if. Now, okay, so we'll use command called as remove if, and here we will just specify what is the table. So the table name is minerals, And what are we going to delete? Okay, so we are going to delete minerals id. So minerals, and we need to delete minerals id. So this one, minerals id, so the item, we need to delete one item. Okay, and that's it. We just say remove if minerals of id, and then we just need to iterate through some items. Okay, and then say that, this is not just one item, we need to remove multiple items. So for that, let's use a for all command. Okay, so before we even write the logic, let me expand this, and let's write a for all command. So for all basically will iterate through all the item. Now what is the item? It's a self dot selected dot all items, and let's take an alias for it. Okay, so I'll just say as mineral item. So this is just any name, I'll just put mineral item. So this is mineral item is one reference, and then if you navigate through all the for all component, this is how it will be navigated, comma. Okay, so let me just say comma, and I will go into the next line. So I'll just make it very simple for you to understand. So for all self dot selected item as mineral item, and then from here we need to write that logic. That logic is remove if. So let's make use of remove if functionality. So remove if is basically on some condition. So what condition? So first the reference table or the collection which is minerals, and then you put the condition. Now the condition is mineral id, because we will just make use of reference of the id column. Mineral id is equal to, then we take the reference of this one item, because once we are inside this for loop, let's make a reference over here and iterate through each and every item. So here I will just say mineral item dot, and then minerals id. Right, so what we are doing over here is we are removing a record just by iterating through the for all condition. And from here I will just close one bracket, remove if, and then the for all bracket, and that's it. And once you are done with this, this is a simple command. So for all, as you see over here, for all is getting terminated over here. We are taking reference of one item, and we are removing if for that specific table mineral id matches with the item which we iterate through. Now once we delete this item, we should be notified that something has happened, right, to the user. So we'll just say notify, and we'll say all items removed successfully. And again, depending on your logic, if the action succeeds or fails, you can show error and messages. But then in the interest of time, I'll just say this always succeeds, and this is notification type dot success, and this is how you define the notification. And once the notification is shown to the user, then what I want is like the grid to be refreshed. So we will just say refresh and take the table minerals. Okay, so it's a simple command. Let's again go back through the explanation. So first is for all, iterate through the items to remove the record, then notify the user that the item has been removed successfully, and then refresh the table. So let's see if this works or not. So we'll click on save and publish. Now, once you save and publish, it might take some time for this application to refresh. So once the publishing action is completed over here, then you can go into the grid or the application. Now it's completed over here. Go to the application over here, and let me do a hard refresh. So I'll just do Control F5. Now, as you see over here, this menu bar is not getting loaded because the publishing is still in process. Once the publishing completes, you will be able to see the menu item over here. And once this menu item is visible, then you can assume that the publish has been done, and then you can test your action. So it looks good to me. Let me refresh it again just for confirmation. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete the multiple records. So first thing, if I select one item, then that button is not visible. But if I select more than one item, then that button is visible. So as you see over here, delete multiple is visible. So that means the visibility logic is working perfectly fine. So if you do not have any item selected, button is not visible. If you select one item, that button is not visible. But if you select more than one item, that button is visible, right? So visibility logic is success. And then now we want to delete some item. So let's select the duplicate item over here and we click over here. So we'll be deleting three, four items. And if I click delete multiple, I'll just click on delete multiple. Then it might take some time depending on the iteration record. And then it says all items removed successfully. Item is gone. And as you see over here, the item is deleted from this table. Okay. So what we have done, or what we have, like say, accomplished over here is basically we have written a logic to delete multiple items from the grid. We have used for all loop, and also we have used remove if. Now remove if basically removes the item based on some condition. Now the condition what we have used is we said that if the id of the iterated item matches with the item selected, then only remove the record. And we have shown the user the notification message and refresh the grid. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically use delete duplicates multiple record for a particular grid. Thanks for watching.